In reviewing the "In How Great Leaders Inspire Action" by Simon Sinek, I was brought to a presentation that I gave to teachers at the beginning of this school year. We were looking specifically at how to diffuse the anxiety around students in math instruction, but also the anxiety for teachers around math instruction, and really focusing on creating a growth mindset and how to support students and what we're looking for. So this presentation that I'm displaying is part of that, what I spoke specifically to teachers about, and that is if we are asking our students to complete a task when looking at math, or if we're asking them to take part in a character education training and changing behaviors, we have to make sure that we're focused on the why and how it is that we're getting to the why and what it is that we're doing in that journey. So this particular graphic was based on the Simon Sinek presentation of the Golden Circle. And it talked about that we're inspiring and innovating in the why, and we're starting there. So finding your why first. And I think that's a component of every avenue of what we do as leaders. It's what we do as teachers. It's what we do as family members. What is our purpose? Why are we there? And in gaining that conversation with teachers, the first thing that I asked them is to know their why, to stop and reflect upon that. So they were given time to just think about it. And what was specifically their why in their instruction of math? What is their why for their teaching every day? And to start there. And from that process, then they could build beyond. So we looked then at what our why was, and saying that the why as a school, and what we were looking at as a school was looking at why we as teaching, and that's inspiring clarity of thinking, advocating for equity, and engaging families. So that's where we start. We start with the fact that we want to make sure that all students have an opportunity to learn, and how we're going to go about doing that. And from there, then we could build with our what around the standards, and our how with using specific mathematical practices that would take us there. But we came back throughout the discussion, we kept coming back to our why. And I know that great leaders, and in reflecting throughout this course on great leaders, we're looking at where they've been successful. And I know with those that I have worked with, some of the greatest administrators and directors that I've worked with have had a clear vision of what they were looking for. They knew where to find and how to, accumulate the data to support changes that were being made, or to say, you know what, we don't have the appropriate data to be able to show that. They show humility in their work, and it's getting the right people on your team. It's focusing on more than just what is your need, but it's the needs of others as well. And that's something that throughout this process, I've really enjoyed the opportunity to look at who those great leaders are and how they helped us. With looking further at Simon Sinek's, the details in how they get to their why, and they turn the conversation around those greatest leaders. They don't start with, this is what I have this great math curriculum, and here's what you can do with it. They start with more than that, or I have a vision for what I'm going to do, and then this is what you're going to do to get there. They start with why we're here each day. We know that as educators, we know that as leaders, we come in to make a difference. Well, what is that difference? So getting to that point, having that be our bullseye, having that be our focus, and really being a part of that process. I'm going to have a great opportunity starting on Monday I'll be starting in a position as principal of an elementary school in my district, and I'll be taking over for a leader who had been in the position for a couple of years, and she moved on to a higher position, and I'm going to have the opportunity to go in. And I know in meeting with staff that the conversation will just begin by listening and saying what, and I'm going to start with the why, asking the teachers that come in to see me is, why is it that you come in each day? What are you looking for to provide your students, and what can I do to support you on that? And so that we have a clear and comprehensive plan for how we are all going to work together and what we're going to see and what we're going to do, and what are the practices and procedures that work and are great and are influencing students, and what are those that we need to tweak and refine or completely get rid of. So we're just going to look at that as a group. It's a decision we make together, and we getting the right people on the team and knowing that the power is used appropriately, and who to work with, and where we're going to go together. So I'm looking forward to that process. And through this class, that's been the greatest part of the journey, is being able to identify who you have on your team and how you work together, and really how you get to your why and stay focused on your why and know your why throughout each and every day.